Okay. We are getting there, my boys, my dudes, my guys. Sorry. Children are fat because of Brexit? Fucking dumb. There's no way that causes obesity. Anyway. Children are fat because of Brexit, Jamie Oliver says. I know it's probably a British guy, but I don't care. We shall wait until at least 5 minutes of streaming before we get started. Do 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 boo 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 boo. We are getting there, my dudes. Should probably edit the title to the last one, the last Katawa Shoujo stream, to say Lily Route End. So it's my birthday. I got all the shit I wanted to get. I will start streaming them eventually. We will start probably with Steins Gate, along with maybe One Shot, or maybe What Remains of Edith Finch. I don't know. Depends on what I'm feeling like doing. I have them all downloaded. They aren't. What's cool about buying all these games that are like so cheap in terms of like game, like good game experiences. In terms of, yeah, like how much you pay for a good game experience, they're fairly cheap. They're also fairly small. Like One Shot and Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender Action they're both really just like 3 digits in terms of megabytes. And then I'll have to get to downloading God of War and Okami HD Reborn on my PS4. So we'll be streaming those as well. Anyway, how long have we been streaming? For 3 minutes. Yeah, so we still have time. Yeah, so it's my birthday. Well, it was my birthday yesterday. I am now 21. Yeah, boy. Just came home today after, from college. This is still filled with cranberry juice because I still like cranberry juice. Besides, cranberry juice is good for your colon, apparently. Today we're going to start your girl, Rin. And there are probably going to be some that I'll just never be able to... Oh yeah, so, let's see. These are all probably from the Lily route. These are all... Oh, no, they are not. These are from that route. That's from Haneka's route. Emmy's route. No. Oh. 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 I fucking love the route. Okay, so it seems like Haneka's route just had just as much CGs as Lily's route. So maybe I was just being a little bit too biased towards her. Towards Lily when I said that, oh, she has the most one. She probably still does, though. And this is probably Rin's route. This is the... still makes me laugh. That's still just like the dumbest shit ever. And why are her panties showing? Oh. Oh. It's all that shit. A gun! I'm sorry, what? Did that just have, like, Jiro's angry face on it? Oh, she still looks so cute in this one. Oh. Yeah, not unlocked, because they're probably... No. She's become way too large for the stairs! Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good to go. Let's start. Alright, so where were we? How do we get to Rin's route? I'm gonna look up how to get to Rin's route, and then we'll... How do I get to Rin's path? Let's see. You need to make all of the other girls not happy? I know there's a flowchart. Hold on, there's a flowchart! Oh, it's not working. Okay, okay. Alright then. I guess we'll just get started. We're just gonna skip all this. Why? Ah, Miki. It's sad that there still isn't a Miki route, because I love Miki. Miki's funny. Fun. Shizune's also fun. Don't worry, we'll get there soon. Yeah, so I have one shot. I have the first two Danganronpas. I have Steins Gate. I have Little Nightmares Complete Edition, which I will be streaming. I've always wanted to stream that. Attack. There's Lily. Introduce yourself. I have to make this choice. I have to for Rin. I think Kalinka was really cute, but I have to say it. Not exactly cute, no. There are a lot of cute girls here. A strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of the school. I tried to warn you, man, but did you listen? I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets? Yes, dark secrets. Extremely dark, like a black hole. Have you noticed that the number of girls in the school is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys? It's 60 to 40. He turned his head to the left and stares off into the distance at nothing. Why is it like this? I mean, to the untrained eye, it doesn't appear to be that bad, but that is a full 20%. One would think that a school with such a huge pool would be a man's dream, but no! What I'm about to tell you could blow your mind. Are you ready? I don't know where this is going, but I won't be missing much by cutting out right now. No, I'm not ready. I don't think as far as turning drama before Kenji starts talking again, showing that he really doesn't care if my mind is blown or not. I believe that school is a battleground, the site of feminist infiltration. Oh yeah, I can go. Okay, I'm already getting through this. Alright. She's super cute! I love her! Like now. I've always started one of my books that I borrowed yesterday, and it took me to school. Oh yeah, apparently this one, this one automatically just makes you read a book. With the empty moments between classes. Wait, so could I have just said that she was cute and then not go with her? I'm gonna increase the corner mark I left for her and pick up from there. Mrs. Zune are still arguing heatedly, probably about restaurants still. If I join them, I'd just get caught up in that, or worse, get grilled about joining the student council. Misha isn't speaking aloud since there's nobody who needs to hear what they are talking about. Why does she tend to sign things even when Shizune doesn't need to understand what's being said, or even more strangely, when Shizune's not around at all? What an odd conflict of habits. I find it hard to focus on the book, and besides, the lunch break beckons me to leave the dullness of the classroom. I do so, heading down for the cafeteria. Mishizune, having come to the conclusion of one kind or another, follow in my wake, though still talking in their animated fashion. Just around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with a force of... okay, Emmy, cutie. Love her. Gotta love her. We have to run now. There's an important student council meeting regarding the festival, and we finally decide where to eat. Too bad you can't join, but this lunch meeting is only for council members. We could take you there some other time. Oh, but that'd be like a date, wouldn't it? Wahaha! The girls leave for downstairs. I didn't manage to get far from the third floor hallway before all this commotion struck. Literally. I should get going as well. The lunch and afternoon class pass uneventfully. I read most of the book I had started yesterday and eat some of the mostly inedible offerings of the cafeteria. The class is tiresome. Yeah, okay, there we go. Ah. There's a girl! You eat yourself, so I have the bag. But I'm hungry now, and my delicious boxed lunch would go to waste otherwise. I have curry. It's very delicious. With much sadness, once again picks up the fork she throws him with at least as much impoliteness. She points straight at me. So, Kai, what brings you to this place? I don't know what voice I want to do for her. I think I just want to do like kind of a dull voice. Like I said, I was told to look for these things. No, the school. From outside, look fine. Is your problem inside? Come to full stop, opening my mouth but not getting a word out. I can guess. I'm good at guessing. Better than most people. Rin cuts me off before I can answer her question. We're screwed around somehow. I don't know which one I would have done. I froze in front of this issue again. I haven't even told anyone here about my condition, or maybe it's only because it hasn't really come up. I do get the feeling not making issues of this is a part of the social code here, as the teacher said. I wonder if the people here could relate. Probably not any better than any normal person could. I can't really choose any circumstances, or Lily's either. Naturally, while I go through this in my head, Rin keeps considering what my condition could be, with an overtly contemplative look on her face. She puts a fork between her lips and leans back, looking at the ceiling as if the answer was written up there. A beam of light illuminates her face from the window side, creating a mask of dark shadow on the other side. I don't think it's anything in your head, and something in your guts would be boringly ordinary, like this lunch of mine, and less delicious. The problem must be in your pants! Oof. I have to say maybe to this, actually. I'm just gonna say... Maybe. Maybe, I mean... He gives a nasty sort of look when I say that, trying to make you take back the word. I mean, I don't know. I'm still trying to get used to the school. I'll promise to try, though. You're not being very convincing there, Hisao. Number one, medical professors are not amused if you take their advice lightly. What's up with him? As if a day or two can make that much of a difference. I didn't do anything at the hospital either. Yeah, okay, sorry. He said to me for a moment, then shrugged, smiling again. Okay, that's more like it. If you go to the school check tomorrow morning, you'll meet my spy, who probably has no qualms offering consultation to you if you want to jog a bit. Consultation? See you around. Does he mean push? Seems a bit stupid to me, really. But I suppose this way, at least I can tell the nurse honestly that I'm doing something about my health. Not that I was ever much of a runner to begin with. Can't hurt to try, I guess. I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only person at the track. Oh, wait, hold on. Cutie! I love her. Frankly, I don't remember if there's any particular form of running, but I can't help but feel like I'm doing it wrong somehow. Very awkward in comparison to Emmy, who never seems to break stride. I don't think I want to do this anymore. I'm really not feeling up to more than a couple of laps today, and slow to a walk pretty quickly. Emmy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She sits to halt, breathing steadily and conscious of my own somewhat gasping demeanor. Finished already? I hang my head briefly. Yeah. I'm not in very good shape right now. Anyway, Zin grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling. Well, the important thing is you started, right? Next time, you just have to try and hold out longer, then longer, and longer, and eventually it'll be great. I'll keep that in mind. But I think right now I'm going to get ready for class. Shouldn't you? Emmy shrugs unconcernedly. No, I've got plenty of time. I know she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug. Not really, but I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hisao. Yeah, see ya. I heard I'm feeling more tired than before. I don't think I accomplished anything today. I'm so out of shape, it's embarrassing. The whole thing might have been a waste of time. I'll find some other way. Yeah. Oh God, Dick. Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That's funny. Hold on. So this one says give me a break, so I'm gonna say cut me some slack. Is this her music? I like it a lot, actually. Hold on, I'm gonna look at something. Where is it? Where is it? Ah, there it is. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, just wanted to check my voice. Make sure I was still... Okay, mommy! Alright, let's get back to it. I'm feeling tired, so I set my alarm clock to wake me up as late as I can afford, while still making it to the first class. There's this voice almost nagging in the back of my head about the morning jobs. I make a resolution to make up for it by going for a walk after school tomorrow. And we won't care either way, I bet. Walk's good. The goal of this stream is just to get me on that route and get me as far as I can in there. Wake up and take a hot shower. My room, the first thing I see is a row of medication bottles lined up on top of my dresser, and it makes me depressed as usual. It's annoying. I thought I was okay. I thought I had made my peace with this thing, gotten over it. What I really did, I allowed myself to forget that I have a problem. Being here really reminds me of the reality, and trying to fight against it just hurts. Thinking on it is only going to do so much. I've done it for months. It seems like it's time to get over it. If I allow myself to forget that my life is definitely not going to be as long as those others, I won't get anywhere. My life may be different from others, but it is a life in progress. That's how I'll rationalize it. I down the usual handful of pills, trying to push the sudden dreary feeling out of my head. Then I prepare to head out to class, as usual. I step into the hallway, I notice... Yep, okay. I'm just checking, I'm pressing the control button to skip it all. Until it gets to... Yep. This usually skips it until it gets to, like, dialogue that or, like, words, text that we've seen before. Hoop-de-doop. Derp-de-terp-de. Okay, so I think this one says sorry in bad shape. And then we just need to say interested in art club. What a cutie. Amy heaves a sigh. I guess I have to go back and get some. Promised to help with our class project, though, so I'll be back a bit later. Ah! Hey, Deathwave, welcome. We're getting on Rin's route right now. Can you manage without it for a few hours? Rin nods and Simon leaves. Can't talk in Twitch chat? Alright, that's fine. No worries. I say because I like watching Rin paint, because I have nothing better to do. I sit on a box and pick up today's book from my bag. So about 3 guys drinking beer for 2 weeks straight and doing nothing and doing little else. Rin moves from the spot that was in need of the blue and starts slowly working on another. Her foot works the brush steadily against the plastered wall. Layers of paint on top layers of paint. The mural slowly gains more form. I turn the pages at Liji's face. In this chapter, they are drinking beer at the protagonist's friend's place. The previous one, it was the protagonist's own apartment. It's not a page-turner kind of book. It's the life of someone's imaginary life that makes me wonder why it had to be written. Why indeed? The reason for doing something creative, it's something incomprehensible. Like, why Rin does paintings? It feels like she and Emmy are the same, going squarely against their face as if it's just out of spite. Rin even said something like, do something you can't just because you can. Is that what she meant? Is that her reason? Might be Emmy's. She comes off as quite a headstrong person. Rin doesn't give off that kind of an air. Thinking about it, she doesn't give off any kind of air, or maybe a different kind every time I talk with her. What did she say? Why did she say what she said? Why does she or anyone at all paint or draw or sculpt or write? Excuse me. Shut up. I never had much of a creative impulse, so I don't think I can really understand it. It makes me feel hollow inside. What a grim thought. I can't really decide whether it's true or not either. Am I content being this way? I can't deny I'm feeling a little bit envious of Rin, but I can't really consider it a flaw of any kind. I am myself and she is herself. Still, I do need to find something. Something that could make me feel a little less lost about myself, instead of just drowning myself in these books as I did in the hospital. Also, Deathwave. I'm finally 21! I got all the presents I wanted, which means a bunch of streams of games. I can't feel disoriented. The new school, lifestyle, and people around me contribute heavy to the sensation. I'm trying my best to fit into existing social circles, and most of the people I've met here have been really nice. It still feels like I'm an outsider, though, like I don't belong. I shake the feeling off, realizing that I'm spacing out. I have neither turned a page of the book nor done anything for Rin. She's trying to pour some paint from a big can using only her feet, having not bothered to ask me. Maybe she did, and I didn't hear it. Either way, it looks very unstable. It's your foot! Quickly jump over to help her, as it looks like she's about to spill the entire contents of the can all over the pavement. I take the can from her feet and pour some in the bowl. She doesn't say anything, and neither do I. I catch a glimpse of her eyes, looking silently at me from under her unkempt bangs. It's an unreadable expression, a perfect poker face, mixed with a hint of something with like a mild surprise. You having your first exam tomorrow? Good luck on that one, my dude. My final exams are a week after next. But I do have to, being an English major, that means I do have to do some, basically final essays, or final projects that have nothing to do with tests. I only have two final tests, really. I like this song. There you go, perfect part, instantly and mild surprise. I wonder what she's thinking. Maybe she's wondering what I'm thinking. Maybe nothing. A penny for your thoughts? Do you have any pennies with you? Do you have any pennies with you? I don't think I do. Then I don't think I would tell. I'm not thinking anything either, so you're in luck. Except now I just did. She frowns, looking very unsatisfied. It's hard to not think about anything, but it's important. I'm about to ask why it's important when some old guy walks up to us looking like he has some business with Rin. Oh my fucking god! Who this guy? How much coffee does he drink in the morning? Good afternoon, how's it going? I can make it. Does Hanako have huge eyebrows? I'll have to look at that. I don't mind. She's cute. You know, eyebrows don't really make the person. They help a person express themselves. This person also has really big eyebrows. Rin doesn't take her eyes off the wall and responds so naturally that I can only assume they know each other. I haven't seen the man before, so I naturally wonder who it might be. Maybe a teacher? His hair has faded to a silvery gray. So much so that it looks artificially dyed. I hope that's not the case. Small round glasses hang on the bridge of his nose, but it appears he's constantly looking over the lenses rather than through them. He's studying the mural intently over said glasses. Good, good! What bold composition you have here? I don't even know what I'm doing. He moves to inspect the mirror closer, talking to himself about it in a way that makes it obvious he wants to hear it. He wants us to hear it too. Very good indeed. I don't really know what to make of it, but Rin doesn't seem to care much. She's looking over her working space, the various bowls of different tones scattered all over. So, A little more of this? Give me a second. I pour a 50-50 mix of two paints into the bowl to create more of the same pale green tone Rin was using to fill out the shape of a man's face. Rin watches me doing so, which makes me feel nervous somehow. Her face is so unassuming that it feels like she's just waiting for me to do something wrong. The man turns to reckon me as well, looking surprised as if he noticed my presence only just now. Maybe he did. Why, hello there! Who might you be? I'm a transfer student to class 3-3. It's Nakai, nice to meet you. Mudo's class, eh? Well, I won't hold that against you. What does that mean? What are you saying, Mamudo? He laughs very loudly, obnoxiously loudly. A few small words take flight from nearby street. I'm Shinji Nomiya, the art teacher. So this is the art teacher. Much respect. Should have guessed that much. He even looks like one, as far as first impressions go. How'd you come and turn up assisting my protege? I wish I knew. We'll just save here. Because we'll just save at every decision. That's what I do. I'm interested in the art club. I guess I'm a little interested in the art club. I blurted out, partially inadvertently. What do you mean? What does that fucking mean? What do you mean that what the fuck you mean? Nothing specific. I wonder if I could come by sometime, even if it's just to observe or something. I think that I should join some club or something, so... It's in no way a premeditated move, but a vague sense of determination has really been building inside me for this past week. I want to do something. I want to belong somewhere. It might as well be the art club, my shortcomings notwithstanding.
Teacher seems pleased. Oh, you want to join? Well, we always welcome new people, of course. Club meetings are noble enough. We study various aspects of the fine arts and try our hands at them as well. Or feats. He gives an embarrassed cough, but Rin doesn't seem to mind. I take a small amount of comfort from the fact that I'm not the only one with vocabulary difficulties in this school. Then we rebounds from his faux pas by theatrically checking the time from his huge gleaming pocket watch, and slaps his forehead even more theatrically. I really must take my lead now, but if you have questions, I'm sure Tezuka can clarify. Somehow mentioning clarifying Rin in the same sentence doesn't feel right. However, I don't say as much to the teacher, since he seems to be in a hurry. Tezuka, I am pleased to see that this little project is going so well. I just stopped by to remind you to not run off by yourself tomorrow. I've invited certain people to the festival for you, and I'm sure they'd like to meet you as well. I hope I'll see you on Monday then, Nakai. Yeah, whatever. Teacher leaves, and we are left by ourselves again. Oh! Sorry. Rin is still painting as if nothing notable happened. Since something in fact did, I'm left wondering what on earth is wrong with me. I had a feeling this one was going to be much more comedic. Art and I haven't worked well together in the past, at least judging from the grades I used to have in middle school. Maybe the club would be different than obligatory class. Who knows? Try to come up with something meaningful to ask about it, but to no avail. I'll just go to the club meeting and see how it goes. So I invited some people tomorrow just to check out your painting? He has a lot of art people friends. They like to talk about art. I think he wants me to talk about art with them. Somehow I get the feeling that you aren't too thrilled about it. Rin shrugs non-committally, but it still gives an impression of her general displeasure that you have had a discussion of painting, or any painting, with other people. I don't really like talking about art. It is already a way to talk without talking, so why bother talking about it? It's actually not... It's not bad. It's not bad. Ah, wow, that's actually really good. Sorry. Let me just get that. Okay. Sorry. I can understand that. It's like being bored and talking about being bored because you're bored. I'm not following you. Have you ever talked about being bored? It's pointless and not being exciting. All you can really say is that all you can say about it is, I'm so bored. I went spent a week trying to think of something meaningful to say about boredness. It was the most boring week I've ever had. That's pretty fitting, don't you think? Rin gives me a look, the laconic kind that looks like it doesn't mean anything, but it does. Anyway, I don't know. I guess I rarely can come up with anything to say about art. So, Deathwave, you did say this was your favorite route, didn't you? I mean, like this one you're doing now, I have no idea what to think about it, except that it looks nice. What is this painting about? It's not about anything at all. That's what I'd like to say, so I did. Well, that was a small lie. I said it anyway because I would kind of like it to be true. Teacher wanted me to do this, but I didn't have any ideas. I tried to have some, but nothing happened. So now this is painting without any ideas. But what are you painting then? No idea. Come think of it, I think I'll call this no idea. Or I think you called Rin best girl. Now I started thinking again. This is bad. She shakes her head vigorously, while trying to shake thinking out of her head. The amber red hair flies wildly around. This is why I had Emmy help me. She makes it easy not to think about anything. You know how she just talks and talks. She just talks about nothing for hours. It's like her head is made of bubblegum foam bath jelly. You think this voice is good for Rin, or you think I should try something else? You're kind of the same, but not really. It's very helpful if you stay here. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not. It's probably neither, with Rin being the overtly neutral person she is. Oh shit. So, is there anything specific you'd like me to do to make you not think? Just be. So without knowing what I should do, I just sit on an empty box to watch her continue with the painting. I idly leaf in the pages of the beer-drinking book. Shit, why do I keep doing that? Ren has a serene expression on her face. Her dark green eyes hiding what she might think behind them. No, wait. She's supposedly not thinking anything, right? She quietly hums to tune, entering every now and then with polite requests for more paint or another kind of brush. Polite. Concentration is as admirable, even though she seems to be sleep-deprived and under pressure to finish the job. Inch by inch, the painting gains more form, details being added on top of details, colors entwining with each other, filling the empty spaces growing on top of each other. But I'm still thinking about inspiration and motivation to create art again. Where does one get ideas? They don't come out of nowhere, and I don't think there are muses that magically inject some inspiration in your head. Ideas have an origin and a purpose. The more I think about it, the more I'm convinced that Rin is lying about her mural, or at least twisting the truth. Maybe she doesn't even realize it herself. You can't do anything creative without having an idea of what you're going to create. That would go against the definition. Every stroke must be decided to be drawn. Even if it's made at random, then that too is a conscious decision. So her painting, even this one, must be based on having some deliberate goal or idea of what to paint. If Rin's idea is to have no idea, as she said, does that count as having an idea? A logical paradox? That seems to be Rin's modus operandi for most normal interactions, so it wouldn't surprise me if she hadn't even noticed this herself. I wonder if I should bring it up, but I'm not sure if I want to engage in an argument about logic with this girl. One of us will probably end up short-circuiting fairly quickly, so I just start the thought. Rin screaming and shuffling restlessly. Even her usual blank visage breaks occasionally into pretty difficult-looking expressions. The kind that one doesn't just come up with accidentally. Everything alright? Yes. No. My back started hurting again. This painting is too big, after all, and it's hard to make in this position. It's not a lot. It's a paradox of logic. That's what it is. It's a paradox of logic. You want to take a break? After I finish this part. Of course, she doesn't take a break, and I don't bring it up again because that would be completely and utterly pointless. Rin continues to work and I stay with her. I like to watch her paint. I'm going to be a member of the same club she's in now. When she declares the mural to be finished, it's already so dark that I have no idea how she can tell. There's no celebration, no general sense of a job well done, just a tired and laconic, I'm done. And then we both go to sleep. Interesting. Next day we get feeling. Wait, okay, see. Alright, yep. Well, I joined the art club, so I guess I'll go with them. You did what? I joined the art club. Man, that was a bad move. Really bad. You don't know what kind of girls there are in the art club. Troubled, angsty cuties who tear your heart out and eat it raw. Well, I know one art club member, and I don't really see Rin someday becoming a psychotic murderer. It's like she really can. That seems unlikely. Don't say that. Don't fool yourself. You have no idea what you're dealing with here. Man, they are the worst kind. They drag you in with all this fancy shit. When you suspect it, BAM! Bam what? As he seems slightly phased at my skepticism, but not any less loony. It doesn't matter. Tread carefully, man. Tread carefully. He fingers the scarf nervously, faster and faster, like he's trying to start higher. Then slowly begins to come. Yeah, there we go. The happy hubbub of the crowd greets me as I push myself through the main door and step outside. The school has transformed to festival grounds over yesterday and this morning. Colorful stands line up the main walkways from the main entrance to the school building. Some are still carrying stuff to and fro, but behind most counters are relaxed students who look like they are good to go. Most of the other students have been up early to finish the preparations. A feeling of guilt passes through me, but it soon goes away. I'm just a lowly transfer student after all. Some visitors are already stored on the grounds. There are some young families with perturbed parents trying to keep up with their overenthusiastic offspring. A few students of their own accompanied by their parents. And a lot of old and young people who are here for no reason I can imagine. The curling bursts in life and the principal's squeaky voice announces the opening of the festival over the PA system. Everyone applauds politely, if a bit unenthusiastically. A school festival. We didn't really have festivals at my old high school. It feels kind of old-fashioned, especially considering the school I came from, but it's still somewhat exciting. A day off feels sweet after the first week of hard work, despite me lying on the hospital bed for 4 months prior to this. I recall even wishing that I could go to math lessons during my stint at the hospital. I can't remember the program for the festival, even though Mudo went through it during class just the other day.
Step up the doorsteps and take a tour of the grounds around the grounds to see all the stuff the others have set out. Let me make my way down to the bottom of the stairs. People are studying Rin's mural on the wall, while the artist herself is lounging on the sidelines, leaning against the wall and looking extremely bored and mildly under the weather. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. How's it going? Nowhere. I'm stuck. What do you mean stuck? I mean, I can't walk stuck. I think my legs are out of order because of yesterday. Does it hurt? It's hard to say. Maybe. The strain of working on the mural was greater than she let me know. I thought it was just a bit of tired muscle or something. I mean, to ask something further, but Rin suddenly moves on to another topic. Teacher's friends came by. Then they headed into town for lunch and asked me to go. It was a good thing my legs hurt so much. But you're stuck sitting here. But you're stuck sitting there? That's not good. I'll just wait till I can walk again. It should be either sooner or later if you think about it for a while. Teacher was happy that I finished the mural. You should be. I wonder if it's finished after all. Oh? I thought yesterday that I had done everything, but now I'm not sure anymore. I should paint more details. Maybe. Probably. It's very hard to decide. Finished or not, the mural looks great in broad daylight. Realism body parts repeated over and over in a wildly mutating, mostly disfigured variety are the main element. They are rough looking, as if thoughtlessly placed and rudimentarily painted, but a great deal of thought and care has gone into each and every one of them. Does this one have a frog growing out of its head? Where? 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 That? Looks like a fish. It's a goldfish. What's that? It's nothing. Anyway... The wall's so wide I have to turn my neck from side to side to see the entire painting. So I consider it as a single piece. The elements don't seem to fit together, but I guess they do create some kind of whole. Abstract as it is, I have no idea what it's supposed to be portraying, but it looks nice. That's enough for me. The idea of abstract is supposed to find your own interpretation of it. There's no one meaning. I settle myself next to Rin, leaning against the wall like she does. The happy noises of the festival are becoming louder as more and more folks enter the grounds. The dorms are far from the main attractions in the main building and the stands around the courtyard, so most visitors have not found their way here yet. Yeah, we found Nemo! Wait, Nemo isn't a fucking goldfish, you dumbass. It's a clownfish. I saw a bored expression settles on Rin's face, making her look detached from everything that's going around her. She's being awfully quiet. I wonder if she's in pain. So, what did the art people say about your mural? My question wakes Rin from her daydreaming. She lazily turns her face towards me. I'm not sure. I think they liked it. Maybe they did. What about you? Are you happy with the mural? Because I kind of participated. It'd be terrible if you weren't happy. Rin tilts her head, biting her lower lip. I think it came out decently. It's not bad, but it's not good either. It just is. I guess I'm alright at being empty-minded. Can I ask something else? What does the painting really portray? I thought about it yesterday when you said that it doesn't portray anything. But that's a logical fallacy, isn't it? You can't make something out of nothing, not even art. Rin frowns and turns her head back towards the clouds. I don't know. Not really good at explaining things. It's just a mural. There's nothing special to it. I said it already. She sounds annoyed at my inquiries. I didn't know what I'd paint, so I decided to paint just a mural. It's a mural that portrays a mural. No, wait. I just thought of a better way to say it. It portrays itself. So, its muralness is at the maximum, at least as far as I can do. So if you think it has some meaning, I think that's the same as this one has. That makes no sense. Meaning, I feel the corners of my mouth turning upwards into a smile that's just a tiny bit bothered. I have never understood art in the deepest meaning of the word. I get the basics, how art is supposed to be only a means of exchanging ideas and thoughts. However, I never learned how I should interpret a piece of art to somehow divine what the artist intends to say through it. I know it's not any special skill, but somehow my brain never can connect art with anything else than what I see. All I see is a mural. I can admire the technical skill. After all, even I know the difference between bad art and mediocre art and good art. But that's as far as I can go, so don't ask me about meanings, Rin. Her reply sure made me reluctant to ask her about it any further either. So, what are you doing when you get on your feet? Nothing. Nothing? Well, there's a festival. Don't you want to go have some fun? I'm fine like this. You don't like socializing much, do you? I think I'm arguing more for her than for myself at this point. It's not that I'm particularly excited about the festival, just a bit curious to see what it's like, and that's about it. Her answer is unsurprising. No, I don't. I guess me neither in the end. You should go if you want to. I know, but I can't. But I can keep you company. I'm not used to all this just yet, so it's okay to take it easy. I can leave though if you want to be alone. I like it if you were here. Aww. We're stuck around each other with words, but eventually end up somewhere. Her saying that makes me feel oddly happy, so I stay. Her presence is something I like too. The odd, warm aura of serenity that she seems to emanate makes it comfortable to be silent. I really like that. You watch me walk by, the two of us silent, everyone else chattering happily among themselves. Students are leading their families to the dorms to show their rooms. They pass us in the mural, maybe glance at it once or twice. I pay less attention to them, and more to my companion, trying to figure out my way past her cryptic, unreadable wall of a face. Rin's eyes flicker restlessly from one person to the other as they walk by. Is she waiting for people to stop at the mural? Maybe secretly hoping someone would comment on it? I don't think anyone would assume she was the artist. We're just sitting here like a pair of hobos after all, and she doesn't even have hands. I wonder if it's even in Rin's style to fish for compliments. She seems so aloof. More people walk by, some of them pointing their fingers at the mural, exchanging words that I can't make out. Someone drops a snow cone on his shoe. Too bad for him. Everyone seems to like it. I suggested tentatively, throwing a topic in the stale summer air separating us. Rin doesn't answer right away, but by now I'm mostly used to her occasional slowness when she must talk. It's like she takes great care picking her words, which is really unbelievable when you consider the jumble that comes out of her mouth. I wanted to make it so that you can just look at it without thinking. Then I realized that it doesn't make much sense. So it became something like a mix of this and that. From far away, it looks like someone vomited a herd of butterflies on the wall, which is exactly what that obnoxious president person didn't want. Is that word that? Wait. Is that word that? What word? That. What is the word for more than one butterfly? Butterflies? No, like a herd, or a school, or a heap. Oh, I don't know. Flock of butterflies. I don't know. What is a group of butterflies called? It's called a kaleidoscope. Some call it a swarm or a rabble, but a collective name for the group of butterflies is called a kaleidoscope. That's actually really cool. I wonder what the title of the scene is called. Clouds in my head. Okay. Maybe people like butterfly vomit. Everyone looks at the mural, looking surprisingly unhappy. The middle could be better. Usually I like in-betweens, but this was a pain in my butt. Not literally, of course. Then again, I did get that too. I guess it was Lily after all. Don't be so critical of yourself. Welcome to being a fucking artist, Hasao. Where you're always doubting what you've either drawn or written. She doesn't mean fondly, but shuts up. And about this point, I start thinking if I should leave and do something more constructive with my Sunday. This is the pinnacle of social failure. A whole free day, a festival right outside my doorstep, and what do? Stay with Rin, two bystanders with nothing to do except to think what a pity it is to be just a bystander. Even realizing how pitiful it is, I don't do anything. I don't stand up and take off for a day of fun. Shuffle, shuffle. Fidget. Shuffle. Rin is shuffling about restlessly, constantly swinging one leg over the other knee and then back again. Oh, that's so cute. She has a very irritated look on her face. Something wrong? Something wrong? Yes. No. Yes. She suddenly hops on her feet. It's surprising. I thought she was still rendered immobile, but apparently that's not the case. I have to go find Emmy or someone. I need some help with something. Can I help you? I can help you. No, it's okay. One of us has to stay here in case something happens. Don't be ridiculous. Nothing remotely interesting has happened since I came here except that one guy who dropped a snow cone on his foot. Let me help you since I'm bored. So what is it? Rin's lips flatten tightly against each other into an almost perfectly horizontal line. She closes her eyes and draws in a deep breath. When she opens her eyelids, the frighteningly stern look in her dark eyes takes me back. So, you may not want to hear this, or maybe you do. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. And even if it did, you are not leaving me any choice. Is it what I think it is? I'm having my period, and I need some help regarding that. However, I don't feel that our relationship is yet on the level where I could allow you to pull my underwear down in the girls' toilet, even if you offer to. I guessed it right in my mind. I had a feeling that something was gonna eventually happen like that, and I'd be like, man, it must suck being a girl with no arms and you have a period. That's why you should stay here while I go and look for Emmy. As blood rushes my cheeks like the rising tide, my brains try to desperately search for an answer. The only thing I can think of is how that was the most coherent thing I've ever heard coming out of Rin's mouth during these 4 days I've known her. Yes. Not wanting to meet Rin's eyes, I turn my face aside, pretending I'm looking at someone's parents. I'm going to my eyes, see Rin turning on her heel and walking off without further ado. I feel like going to hide under some rock. I wonder how long Rin will be gone, or if she'll return at all. She does return eventually, appearing seemingly out of nowhere and sitting back to where she was, next to my place. I'm back. She says it flatly, like my blunder never happened. I'd prefer to forget the whole matter as well, so I keep quiet. What the? Oh, shadow? That's pretty interesting. Is this a metaphor? Time passes the same, so the sun gleams from high above the building. It hits me directly in the eyes, but I just squint instead of moving. In a bit, it becomes painful to keep my eyes open just a little, and my temples start aching. My head hurts. I think this day gave me a headache. Can you believe it? Are you hungry? How's that related to headaches? It can be extremely related to headaches, dude. It's not. I ask because I am. Her oblivious seriousness melts my irritation with its ridiculousness, and I find the corners of my mouth turning slightly upwards again. You know what? So am I. I'll go get some food for us. What do you want? My treat. Doesn't matter. Turning with food, I give one portion to Rin, taking the other for myself, and we dig in without a word. Oh yeah, she uses her feet. I forgot. Rin looks upwards, fork hanging out of the corner of her mouth. What are clouds? I always thought they were thoughts of the sky or something like that, because you can't touch them. You thought like that when you were a kid? Who didn't think like that when they were a kid? I thought blinkers on cars were GPSs. No, last week. Maybe because sometimes I thoughts were like clouds, fluffy and white and slow. Like the sky was in my mind, like my mind was the sky. The sky of your mind? Close your eyes and think of sky. You won't be able to think of anything else until you stop. I try it. It works. Magic? As I see Rin studying me with her eyes, it feels uncomfortable because she doesn't say anything. I turn away. Clouds are water, evaporated water. You know, they say that almost all the water in the world will at some point of its existence be part of a cloud. Every drop of tears and blood and sweat that comes out of you, it'll be a cloud. All the water inside your body too. It goes up there some time after you die. It might take a while though. Boy, Hisao was a real child. Also, I noticed in this route he's a little bit more philosophical. Your explanation is better than any of mine. Because it's true. That must be it. Carry on eating the food before it gets cold. The wall offers a bit of blessed shade as the sun revolves around the dome of the sky. The afternoon is already slowly making way for the evening, so our lunch becomes more of a dinner. Or whatever the word is for an irregular meal like this. Despite what I said to call it, it certainly hits the spot. I haven't eaten a bit since forever. My appetite filled, I let out a satisfied sigh. Rin hasn't eaten all of hers, but seems to be done with her food as well. Lean back, taking in the atmosphere. The crowd has thinned already, but the activities are still going. Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves. And why not? It's warm, the kind of perfect summer day when it's hot but not too hot for comfort. The sun will set soon. Time really has flown by. We've been sitting here for 6 hours. Yes, we have. You wanna do something else now? No, not really. Me neither. She adjusts her position and leans against the wall, and I follow her lead, relaxing my own body. For on end, we sit there without saying a word. I'm trying to feel Rin's mood from her demeanor. The tension of her muscles, the tiny expressions fleeting on her face. It's no use. She's unreadable as always. The crowd swells to and fro, people happily chattering with each other. Very few people pay real attention to the mural, and even less to us. I fiddle with a few odd pebbles absentmindedly. The act of doing something just for the sake of doing something. The pinnacle of idleness. Inch by inch, the sun creeps lower and lower toward the tree line, changing the color of the sky close to the horizon from golden yellow to orange and red as the moment of sunset draws near. I feel like my stomach is filled with lead after eating so heavily, but the brick wall feels surprisingly comfortable against my back. I try to fight against the drowsy feeling that is overwhelming me. To no avail. I sleep. Real shit. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's pretty. He wakes up to fireworks. That's actually really cool. I wake up with a start. A low boom reverberates through the school grounds. After images of bright sparks flash through my vision like stars. Something rises towards the sky from the direction of the sports field. A tail of fire trails behind it until a burst of red and yellow flame lights the sky high above the school with another loud boom. Fireworks. Sudden flash of light against the canvas of the night sky awakens me to realize that it's actually dark already. How long did I sleep? I feel groggy and can't feel my right arm. As I attempt to flex it, I realize why. Aww! Ah! That's actually cute. Rin is leaning heavily against my shoulder, almost falling on my lap. She's fast asleep, not even fazed by the fireworks. Her mouth is slightly open and her eyes are peacefully closed, a sleeping, childlike face of the innocent. I shake Rin gently with my arm, trying to wake her up, or failing that, move her so that my other arm is liberated from its pinch. Rin's face twitches and her eyelids shut tighter, as if to resist waking up. She gradually opens her eyes, but keeps them half closed, letting the light from the fireworks sneak just past her eyelashes so that her green irises mirror the bright flashes of the explosions. Then looks up at me and frowns. Just a while longer, okay? Rin's voice is drowsy and slow, leaving her almost unintelligibly muttered words hanging blazing in the air. Since she's not entirely aware of the situation, Rin's head drops back on my shoulder. She leans against me with all her weight. It's like a dog or a cat. I think a good way to like look at her is like a cat, because cats don't really do anything, and the little things that they do is special to them, and they don't really care about what they do. Oh, I thought I saw my cat. She snuggles against my side, trying to make herself comfortable, but making me feel very uncomfortable at the same time. I become intensely, almost painfully aware of Rin's warm body and the deep, peaceful movement of her chest against my arm. Her breathing soon returning to the even rhythm. I can't help admiring her gift for sleeping, or the ease of mind of hers to use someone she has known for less than a week as a pillow. The rockets rise up to the sky one at a time, breaking into flowers of red, green, and gold, accompanied by the oohs and ahs of the audience. I try to push Rin's disconcerting proximity out of my mind. For what can I do about it? I just hope her short wow really is that. One by one, the glittery birds are born and die in a blink of an eye, coloring the dark night sky into a constantly changing abstract painting. I listen to the low booms of the explosions and Rin's quiet breathing, trying to clear my own head of the post-awakening disorientation. Thankfully, just a while longer really proves to be just a while, as Rin stirs from her slumber and wakes up again before the fireworks are over. I fell asleep. She finally opens her eyes completely and blinks a few times. You fell asleep on me, on top of me, twice. You didn't like it? Well, despite the inconclusive stammering, Rin sits upright, drawing herself away from me. Well, you are heavy. It's a lie. She weighs less than nothing, but I had to get a jab back at her, even if it's under the belt. My mock protest fails to draw any reaction as Rin's attention is drawn upwards to the flashes of the fireworks. She seems hypnotized by the colorful play of the explosions. A slight tingling sensation goes up and down in my arm as blood starts to circulate again. It's unpleasant, but it helps me get rid of this dizzy feeling. More and more rockets rise up to the sky, the bright colors of their explosions reflecting from the clouds. Both of us stare at the fireworks physically through the canopy of the trees, enthralled by the show. We would get a vastly better view of the sky if we moved even a couple of yards, but neither of us bothers to even suggest it. I really do like fireworks. Even though looking at them makes me feel kind of sad, I think. It's like they want you to look at them so bad that they are loud and bright, but when someone looks, they're already gone. It's like they're not even real. They are real. I can tell you that. All of this is real, you know? If you think about it, nothing really lasts for long. Even something like my life, or yours, it's just a blink of an eye in the history of everything. Like one of those rockets. Poof. And we're gone. But we're here, aren't we? Yeah, this is reality. Rin sitting next to me, the loud bangs of fireworks, the vast, unlimited sky. These things are definitely real, even though they won't stay here forever. I feel warm inside. I wonder if it's because Rin is so close to me, or just the feeling of being alive. I don't really know what I should say next. It's alright, maybe I'm just talking to myself. But you know, fireworks are pretty, but in the end, isn't it somehow silly to spend so much money on a fraction of a second worth of pretty sparkles? That's a really good fucking... Remember to gaze off the still ongoing spectacle in these backwards, looking at me with her pulsed face. Wow, never expected you to be such a cynic. Cynic is a pretty harsh word. Rather than that, I think of myself as a realist. Isn't a realist just a word for what a cynic calls himself? The final rocket goes out with a bang of silver and blue, leaving the ground eerily silent for a moment until the crowd starts moving towards the main gate like a cattle herd. Wisps of gray smoke drift towards the dorms from the sports field. The pungent, sulfurous smell of gunpowder it carries along feels like it sticks to my hair and clothes. Was that it? I think so. I stand up and stretch my short back. Sleeping against a brick wall wasn't such a good idea after all. Rin stands up as well and turns to face me with an expectant gaze on her tired features. Although she seems to have trouble focusing her eyes, she's looking straight at me. Something I feel has not occurred too often in the past week. So... Suddenly realized we have been almost on a date here, as if by accident, even if we did nothing. But it wasn't. So why blood is rushing to my cheeks and my speech stammering? I don't know what I should say, especially since it seems Rin is waiting for me to say something, but luckily she solves my problem for me. Good night, Isao. Gives me one more lingering look, measuring me from tip to toe. Turns around on her heel and skips off, disappearing into the crowd. Skips? Cute. Okay. Good night. I'm just standing there, giving my response to the cooling night air. The festival turned out to be nothing like I expected. I ended up spending all day in one spot with Rin, even though neither of us agreed nor suggested that we do anything. I just didn't have anything better to do, and evidently neither did she. Rin's warmth lingers for a while longer in my body before disappearing into the falling night. Alright, here we go. It's a dandy day. Oh. Interesting. There's a lot of, like, interesting visuals in that. Act 2, disconnect. Alright, bathroom. You don't see the meaning behind that visual? Well, I mean, her head's in the clouds. That's why she woke up in the clouds. Dandelions usually represent... I mean, okay, I realized that what he was holding at first wasn't a dandelion. I think that was like a daffodil. I'm gonna look it up. Daffodil. Yeah, I guess it's kind of a daffodil, or maybe it's like a tulip or something. Narcissus. Narcissus is usually... so that's a flower named after Narcissus, who's a... Greek character who kind of fell in love with himself, and that led to his death. So I'm not sure that's what he was holding. As for the dandelion, well, I mean, usually from where I am, dandelions, you blow on them, and they usually represent, like you wish for something, and if you can blow them all out in one, or like, it's just something you blow on before, like, after you make a wish, kind of a thing. I don't know if it's a whole thing, like, if you blow them all out in one blow, then your wish will come true, or it's just, like, it might happen. But as they fall on her, maybe it's it represents kind of, his wish to be with her. Yeah, or kind of, yeah, the relationship that he maybe wants to have with her, that's what it, like, kind of means, or something. But yeah, that was an interesting animation. I think that might be my second favorite. Hanako's is always going to be my favorite, because that was just so well animated. Anyway, what is this called? A wider field of vision. The track is School Days. Anyway, it's already 8:30, but this morning's class has not yet begun. We're supposed to have physics, but the teacher's nowhere to be seen. What, the portrait? You mean that thing where she was just like suddenly had like dragons for arms? I don't know. It's a interesting kind of thing to think about. Well, once we're getting around to the end of this stream, I'll probably look back at it and we can talk a little bit more about it. But I mean, you know, it can mean so much. Writers would all have their own interpretations. Writers and artists all have their own interpretations, and mine's like the thing with the dandelion usually represents his relationship he wants to have with her. You know, her head's in the clouds. And also the whole thing of like how she doesn't really look at you; she kind of looks through you, because her mind's always drifting. So maybe that's why she doesn't see Hisao there when she wakes up. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she wishes she has arms. Who knows? We'll have to look back at it. It's already 8:30 at this point. Yeah, so had I known this beforehand, I would have slept in too. Suddenly, the classroom door stands open. Muto's grunts his morning greeting to us from the doorway. Good morning, everyone. Looks like he has not slept at all. The stubble, his messier than normal hair, and the stained dress shirt create a less than favorable impression. I guess you had fun last night at the festival, too. Did you? Excuse my being late. I ran into unexpected problems. I'm usually not one for festivals like this, but I hope you all had a good time. After all, these sorts of events are important for you all. They give you a short reprieve of some schoolwork. What do you guys think of Naruto? I think he's actually really cool. I think he has best intentions. I think he's just really shitty at doing life. I think he's actually really shitty at adulting. Oh, Merkoberg. Hi, welcome to the stream, my man. Hope you have a good time. As various degrees of enthusiasm, Muto proceeds to take roll and get started. Right then, today's subject is photon particle physics. Fantastic. What? For long, I've descended into a comfortable coma-like state along with the rest of the class, letting Muto's rambling speeches pass through one ear and exit the other without leaving a trace. Now, who could tell us the solution to this problem? Muto is weird, I'll give you that, but I like him. He obviously has good intentions, because he does try and like talk to Hisao like, hey, dude, you ever thought about your future? Like, I saw that you're really good at science. Maybe you want to think about science, huh? Kind of a thing. He's doing a rather easy equation on the blackboard. Just desperately, he tries to get the class to participate. I played through pretty much the whole game. I got my favorite characters. I'd say I do too. I mean, I still have to beat this. This is my last route. This is atomic shit or what? Is that atomic shit or what? I think it's atomic shit, but it's also physics, apparently. I'm an English major, don't look at me. This is my last route. I've done all the routes so far up to now. So Rin is my last route. I will say my favorite character is Hanako. My favorite route is Hanako. Nobody? Come on, guys. Nakai, how about you? I'm fairly singled out and cornered. I give him an answer. It causes the shaggy features to twist into a genial smile that would scare little children senseless. Yay. Precisely. Good work, Nakai. You are on it as well? Well, that's what you meant by pretty much. Atomic shit is part of physics, yeah, again. I wouldn't know, I'm an English major. I don't give a shit about science. Unless it helps with stories. Like I had to look into like magnetic railing just so I can think of like what would we use as a way of transportation in terms of trains. It's like, what if we use magnetic rails, which are an actual thing in Japan, and apparently they're fairly silent and they're pretty fast. So, sound pretty good. But no, Jerry Brown, we had to make a fucking bullet train, you goddamn cunt. Our governor. Sorry. I'm both disturbed and awed by the fact that he can remember a name with only 1 week after I transferred here. I've seen, but has serious trouble remembering the names of anybody else in the class. Most of them have been here since the first year. The room settles into a dreary mood, students and teachers alike trying to get back on track after the festival. I figured last week must have been pretty hectic for everyone. Not a minute too soon, the lunch bell rings. Make way! Important business! I turn my head just in time to see other people scattered the way as someone charges from the far end of the corner towards the stairwell. It's two of the red lamp standing in the middle of the corridor, directly in the way of the oncoming projectile. Try to skip back towards the door. Unfortunately, the person running towards me dodges in the same direction. The following fraction of a second, several things come into mind in sequence, yet almost simultaneously. First, I recognize that the girl who is on a closing course with me is Emmy. Second, I realize that it feels somehow very natural to be tackled by Emmy once again. I could feel almost comfortable if not for the reflexive panic and terror. Third, Emmy seems to be carrying a foot-tall stack of papers while running in the hallway. She crashes into me, but at least the impact was a grazing one on my arm this time. Okay, I'll agree with. I have yet to do Rin's whole one, so I'll probably agree with you on it. But yeah, Shizune's route is not great. She deserves so much better. She deserves a much better route. Yeah, and Hanako's is. Yeah, Emmy's and Hanako's are so far my favorites. Lily's is good. Biology's useless, but physics and chemistry are the best. Biology isn't useless, I would say. I mean, it helps us understand the body. Owie, why does this always happen to me? Sorry, hold on. Gee, I wonder, could it possibly have anything to do with you running through the corridor like you were on fire? Shimmers regretfully, looking like a hurt puppy. The sight makes me regret Mike's snappish comment the very instant it emerges from my lips. But I was in a hurry. Would you mind repeating that sentence that hit you really hard? Because it might have hit me quite hard too. I noticed the one that got me was, I think it was, what was it? Shit. I think it was like she was like trying to reassure you that she's here for you too. But I'll need to look into that. There it is. It's when she says, I'm here for you as well. Yeah, in the pool hall. I can tell. Sorry. Don't worry about it. I mean, Whale's weekly one last time rubs her forehead as if to expel the egg, while her gaze sweeps over the hallway floor. She notices her neat stack of paper spread all over the floor in one big mess. She lets out a horrified yell. Oh, the printouts! Oh no, what am I going to do? Teacher will give me hell if they get dirty. They're probably fine. Let's gather them back up. It won't be a problem. Quickly round up the papers, and Emmy tries to sort the scattered pile in their hands. Oh, right, forgot, sorry. There, okay. But yeah, Hanako's whole route is just amazing in terms of like development, theme, message. Writing. Back into the Orisec it was. Where are you going? Nowhere in particular, I guess. Didn't want to be left alone with Muno in the classroom. I think he has a hangover. Have you eaten lunch? Not yet, but I'm not feeling very hungry anyway. He looks at me incredulously, as if doubting my sanity for letting such a thing out of my mouth. More or less quoted, I hate my birthday. It's a day where people pretend to care. Ooh, that's a good line. That's a good line. That's a good line. You should go to the roof. I promised Rena to eat lunch with her. I bet she'd like company. Uh-oh. Lunch has been remarkably unsuccessful. I know where this conversation is going, and it's hard not to get drawn along, so I have little choice but to play ball. What is this called? Oh yeah, Water Fever. What's this song called? Hokabi. Okay, I'll go pick up some bread or something first. Amy smells brightly before I say anything further. No, I'll go and deliver these super quick, and then go buy lunch for us, and Rin too, of course. What kind of bread do you like? It's fine. You really don't need to. Don't worry, it's all right. Consider it an apology. I'll be back before you know it. You at the festival? Ah, that's a good. I mean, every part of Hanako's route is really good. Like, doesn't every part? What I like about Hanako is that every part of her route has something to do with her development, and that there's no like dawdling or lollygagging. Shizune. That's what I'm worried about. Don't get into another accident. Amy starts walking down the hall, but since she's still talking to me, she isn't watching where she's going. I won't! Famous last words. He's already jogging down the stairs as she sets that not so reassuring promise back to me. Sighing quietly, I start plodding along in her wake, but instead of taking the stairs down, I climb upwards. The stairway up to the roof is unlit. I like the happier soundtracks, but the sad soundtracks are also really useful in terms of what they're used for. Up to the roof is unlit and just as creepy as it was before. The store squeaks weakly in protest as I push it open. Ow! Rin is there too, like Amy said, lying on her back at the other end of the pebble-covered rooftop for some reason. Thinking something unnecessarily strange again, I walk to her as slowly as possible. Hello. I just want to hear her voice say that. She sounds very jazzy as she says that, stretching the end of the word with a slurred voice. Despite that, her eyes are wide open. I look down at her, my shadow overlapping her face. What are you doing? Rin raises an eyebrow. I thought you had a heart problem, not an eye problem. Oof, 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 oof. Damn. Sorry. She answered, challenging the rationale of my perfectly valid question without even tilting her head to look at me. Rin's smart-ass comments are infuriating. The worst thing is that I'm not sure if she's doing it on purpose or not. Alright then, let me rephrase. Why are you lying on your back on the rooftop? She gives a lazy shrug and sniffs dismissively. I'm trying to experience. People probably don't do this enough. What exactly are you trying to experience here? I can't really tell, but there's probably a reason people don't do whatever. Oh, it's 4:45 here. I'm in California. I'm on the west coast of the United States. Yeah, so thank you for stopping by. Maybe you can follow me so that you'll know whenever I'm streaming. I'll probably stream tomorrow as well. But yeah, go get some sleep, dude. And there's always VODs of this on YouTube. So just go check those out. Link is in the description. Well, down below, whatever. Good night, Merkoberg. She's playing dodgeball with me again, answering my attempt at small talk with riddles I don't want to puzzle out. Germany. Ah, I have a friend from there. But I don't want to ignore her either. Yeah, but the reason is that everyone is too busy with their lives to pay attention to the really important things. Like watching the sky? She just gazes away from the sky and looks straight at me. The penetrating deepness of her eyes once she focuses them on something is startling. You guys have to go tomorrow at which time? Probably around 12. 12 Pacific Standard Time. Probably around 12 or 1. I'll just be trying to finish this off. You know, if you were a girl, I'd be able to see your panties. Alright there. Alright then. It's not 4:45, it's... Oh, it is 4:45. What the fuck's wrong with me? I get so, like, absent-minded sometimes. Alright, Death. Alright, Mirko. Have a good one. If I was a girl, I wouldn't come this close to anyone who tried to sneak a peek at my fannies. I have that much common sense. I wouldn't either. But sometimes it can't be avoided. Like now, for example. To tell you the truth, I don't even really want to peek at your panties, though. And prints are the soul of a girl. You shouldn't peek at someone else's soul, even if you're not a girl. As a guy, I guess I can understand that. To us, there's some sort of half-mythical object that we can't quite comprehend. Yeah, that's exactly how I think about him, too. What a coincidence. It really is. So did you have world history in morning class? I skipped class. To do this? Well, I'm not actually doing what it looks like I'm doing. Or at least I think that what I am doing doesn't look like what I look like, but from your perspective, probably. Yeah, I skipped class to do this. I guess whatever your reason is, it's as good as any. Giving into the tired feeling of my legs, I sit down on the roof next to her. Hills are not the most comfortable bed in the world, but if she can stand it, then I should be able to as well. What are you waiting for? Try it. I bend my neck backwards to take a look at what she's looking at. The silvery blue sky, scattered by herds of cloud sheep, fills my field of vision entirely. Oh, yeah, I'll be doing more VNs after this one. I'll be doing Steins Gate, actually, after this one. Have a good night. Yeah. While it's pretty, the view is nothing special, even though the weather is fair. I give a shrug, trying my best to imitate the nonchalant manner which Rin seems to have evolved to perfection, and lie down on my back. The stones poke at my back through my thin shirt whenever I shift my weight, even a little, forcing me to keep as still as possible. Trying to ignore the discomfort and myself, instead concentrating on the vastness over us. Far above, the summer clouds drift soundlessly across the dome of the sky. Neither of us has anything more to say. Thus, silence covers the rooftop. The subdued noises of students on their lunch break, cicadas, and the trees and traffic buzzing past the school are humming pleasantly somewhere in the background. Listen, I had a great time yesterday. Did you? Well, to be honest, no. But it was alright. It was probably the longest time I've ever sat in one place without doing anything, which is kind of impressive. I try to make it sound as convincing as possible. Is that impressive? I think it is. I'm usually too restless to do anything like that. I think I had a good time, too. The cloud passes above us, casting a shadow on the school. A chill surges through me from the sudden change of sunlight to shade. I realize that summer is not in its full bloom quite yet. The only measure of time passing is the slow pace of the clouds moving towards the town. Stray beams of golden sunlight leak through the gaps, blinding me for a moment whenever they hit directly in my eyes. The blue of the sky looks so unreachable. It reminds me of the time I spent in the hospital, where I was bored out of my mind on a daily basis. Somehow it didn't matter after a while. I learned to appreciate other things besides watching TV and gossiping with people I didn't even like. A comprehensive sensation of calmness spreads from my sight to my other senses, finally hitting my brain. An airplane zooms by, leaving two thin contrails in its wake like a pair of chalk lines drawing from one end of the sky to the other. I wonder where it is heading. The low din of its engines carries all the way down to my ears, though it's barely audible over the racket from the quad. It's nice. It's nice, but I don't understand why this is more important than going to class. Isn't it good to do something you like? Every once in a while? Of course, but what are you doing? Amy snuck up on us without either of us noticing, and it is only a step away from me, holding several packages wrapped in plastic film in her arms. She leans forward and peeks over me, overshadowing my face almost exactly like the same way I overshadowed Ren before. I wonder how weird this looks, the two of us lying on our backs on the rooftop. That's what I asked too. I would have been more concerned with what you're doing. If I were you, I wouldn't come that close to you who could see your panties. Rin! Anna's voice is scandalized, but she quickly takes a step backwards, pressing her hands against against the front of her skirt so abruptly that the parcels of bread she's carrying fall. Quickly avert my eyes and glance angrily at Rin. She pretends not to see me. Yes, I wasn't like that, right? Right. Rin cuts out Rin and crunches down to pick up the packages. She wipes the dust off them and skips lightly around to Rin's other side where she sets herself down. Anyway, here's your bread. Sorry it took a while. That's alright. Thanks for treating me. I pull myself up into a sitting position and gratefully accept the bread Emmy's offering. All three of us ravenously dig into the simple meal. The bread is surprisingly decent and readily fills my stomach. I follow from the corner of my eye the skill with which Rin handles her bread between her feet. I haven't seen you on the track in a few days. Oh, right. I figured it was too heavy a routine for me to start with. So you've been doing something else? I've been considering my options. She doesn't pursue the issue further, for which I'm thankful. Emmy seems pretty headstrong, and I wouldn't really want to get pestered by her about this on a daily basis. I have enough burdens to bear with Shizune and Misha already. We barely finished the lunch before the bells ring, calling us back to our classrooms.
Hichan!
Shit.
Misha waits back at me as soon as I enter and starts talking before I make my way across the classroom. How's your festival? Did you have fun? Still somewhat undecided on that. I'd say probably. Why? Well, just asking, just asking. Her eyes get in a way that tells you she's not just asking. I can't even start to guess her motives, though. As the well-timed entrance of the English teacher prevents us from talking further, Misha falls back to plan B. I was there all day with Shichan. We had a lot of fun. Weren't you supposed to be doing work? Don't worry, everything went really well. I reply to that, and she leaves me alone after she demands her attention. My own attention, on the other hand, is directed out the windows. Now that I look at it from here, through the window and the foliage outside, just outside, the sky seems smaller. We're zooming in on it. I catch only small glimpses of blue. Everything else is cluttered of noise. Everything else is a clutter of noise right in the middle of my field of vision. What experience did Rin want out of staring at the sky? Sure, she's done it before. Everyone has. Maybe it's a wider field of vision. So he's trying to guess her mind. But if I don't do that, then I have no excuse for not concentrating on the teacher's words. Look at the scribbles appearing on the blackboard, trying to figure out their meaning, like with little success. English really is not my favorite subject. We have a strong mutual dislike for each other. Well, fuck you too, Sal. Studies in grayscale. Thick, hot afternoon light invades the corridor, making the air feel heavy and lazy. My body feels weighed down by it as I drag it 2 doors down all the way to the art classroom. Maybe this is part of the reason why I didn't join any clubs before. Afternoons just aren't suited for activity. Hey, I think wasn't that the guy in the, wait, no, he doesn't have a, wait, well, no, that's not him. Huh, trying to figure out, like, if I, who the fuck is that dude? Who are you? There's Rin. Who are you? What is she doing? Probably talking to someone to the side. Look at this fucking cool dude. I knock on the door of the art room and open it. A girl who's possibly doing something important with the scroll paper she's carrying turns to beckon me, and smiles in a sweet, if a bit confused manner. Is that the scroll paper? Oh god! Hello! This is the art club, right? Yep, you interested in joining? Yeah, in fact, I might have already done so, but we'll see. I give her a weak smile, and her own widens a notch, making me feel less nervous. Oh, that's interesting. She actually has like her hand on it and everything. Cool. Great, have a seat then. We'll start when the teacher gets here. They've scouting the room for a good spot. I walk quickly to the back of the room. Oh, because they were talking. Who the fuck was that? Who you? And settle myself on a free seat apart from everyone else. A few other members are lounging in their seats, waiting for the teacher. Rin sits alone in her window seat, looking outside. She's the only person here that I know, although a guy I've never really gotten along with from my own classes here too. I think it might be him. Nobody else comes to greet me. Maybe introductions are left for later, so I just settle for silent observation as well. One boy has sunglasses on, an odd sight indoors. Were we not at Yamako? I'll bet he's the blind student Rin was talking about. The wait proves to be extremely short. Alright, I already forgot the voice I gave this guy. Lumia walks over to stand behind his desk in 3 long strides, then gives a smile and a flamboyant greeting. Good afternoon, everyone! I think that was it. First things first. Hisao there's a new member, so everyone get along with him. Winks at me unsettlingly. All the members of the club, including myself, answer his greeting with considerably less enthusiasm. Still, people finally straighten up in their seats and begin to pay attention. I think some of you still have projects to work on, so please continue with those if you like. As for the rest, I was thinking that today we could do some rough studies. How does that sound? I don't know why I'm laughing at the voice I'm giving him. It seems to fit him pretty well. Nobody answers except for some unintelligible murmurs, which Mia apparently interprets as unanimous approval. Alright then, everyone not working on other projects, choose a partner and draw a sketch of one another. You should be able to complete this today, but if not, we can continue it next time. And even do it again if you find it interesting. He seems pretty cool, though I heard he's kind of a dickhead. Huh. Remember to pay attention to lighting and shadow, and give it your best. Pairing up, I feel pretty awkward about it. Hardly anyone here. I wish someone would ask me to be their partner. Hey. People stand up and move their chairs closer together, but nobody comes to me. Pretty soon, everyone else was paired off. Friends team up with each other, but I'm left alone. Except, well, there's Rin. Sitting in the first corner of the room, still staring out the windows, seemingly uninterested in taking part of the exercise. Since she's the only other one without a partner, I walked to her seat. I can't see her face because her hair is covering most of it, and she's looking away from me. Rin? I call out to her, no response. Hey, want to partner up? You're the only one I know here. Seems to finally acknowledge her presence, head turning like a robot as she looks to see who's addressing her. Rin doesn't answer, and I don't want to repeat the question either. I'm sure she heard it the first time. Why doesn't she say anything? It can't be such an awful fate to be paired up with me, can it? She doesn't look at my face, instead stares directly at my chest and stomach. Oh, okay, why not? Okay, good. Great. I'll get the stuff for us. It's not that one. It's not the ice cream truck that I care about. The one with the bomb pop tearjerker. Well, not bomb pop tearjerker. Bomb pop warhead. They used to have bomb pop tearjerkers, and I love bomb pop tearjerkers. Those are fucking delicious. I fucking love sour shit. Looking at the equipment Nomiya has prepared for today's meeting confuses me. Instead of graphite or pencils, we were apparently supposed to do ink sketches. I've never done anything like that before. Teacher, however, seems confident in my ability to adapt to this medium. Simple! First, you do the outlines in ink. You let them dry, then you shade with the diluted ink. This is called India ink. It works like watercolors. If you're uncomfortable with it, use a pen instead of a brush for the outlines. Got it. I don't know what I'd be more comfortable with. I think maybe even a paintbrush might actually be better for me. Maybe a pen. I don't know. Pick up paper, water cups, one pen for me, one brush for Rin, and ink for both of us. Then return to Rin. Grabbing a vacated chair from nearby, I see myself directly opposite her. Do you want me to do it with my foot or my mouth? What'd you say? She said, her brow forming questioning arches as if she doesn't understand that I didn't understand the question. I don't mind drawing either way. You'll look better if I do it with my foot, though. With your foot, then, if it's all the same to you. Nodding answer, Rin gets up from her seat and kicks off her sandals. In two fluid motions, she picks up the paper sheet and drops it on the floor, then snatches the brush between her toes before sitting on the floor in a weird half-cross-legged position. Although I've seen her do everything with her feet already, from eating to painting, this display of dexterity is so prodigious that I just stare at her, stunned. Rin contemplates her blank paper intently. The sharp tip of her brush hovers over the paper in anticipation. When she raises her head to see if I'm ready, I quickly turn my face away. I'll go first. Make a pose. What kind of pose? Doesn't matter. That's the point. You have to make the sketch. You have to make the sketch of the impression you get, not decide beforehand. I end up just sitting in my chair, hands hanging limply between my knees. I look at her, and she looks at me for a moment before beginning. Rin's stare is piercing, but impassive, as if she were trying to absorb a part of me into her own self. I feel like I'm physically shrinking under the pressure of her gaze. I get the feeling that for the first time since we met, Rin is actually looking at me instead of in my general direction. She sketches with confident, bold sweeps of the delicate brush, not caring about the potentially destructive consequences of an accidentally misplaced stroke. After she's happy with the outline, she stands up to pose for me, stretching her back and legs. This time she doesn't look at me. Instead, Rin lets her gaze wander around the room. I'm relieved. It's easier to stare at someone when they aren't staring back at you. Even so, I find it hard to get the sketch going. I'm not especially artistically talented, so I'm scared my portrait will turn into something disfigured, especially when compared to my partner's skill. I don't want to embarrass myself too badly on the first try. Rin does not help in the process either. She doesn't stand still for even 10 seconds, tilting her head from side to side to judge her drawing, biting at her lower lip, looking unsatisfied, and constantly shoveling around like she was on hot coals. But I managed to make some headway in my sketch, and with my outlines done, we both start inking in the shadow and light. Hey! Namiya passes by, remarks on the beginnings of our sketches. Very good. Standing figure is easier for beginner to get a grasp of. But I didn't choose the pose. I look at him and then bring up confusion, but he's already moving on to the next pair, and Rin seems unresponsive. Just like when she was painting the mural, Rin has become so engrossed with her work that it seems she has shut me, the costume, and the entire world itself out from her own little sphere of existence. Every now and then, she leans backwards, seemingly to get some perspective. Sometimes she bends forward, leaning down until her nose almost touches the paper. This rocking back and forth looks silly. Suddenly, Rin proves that she hasn't completely drifted off into a word of her own, and speaks. Are you having fun already? She doesn't raise her eyes from the drawing, which is a good thing. The breaking of the silence sends a jolt of surprise to me, as if I'd been electrocuted. I don't know yet. It's hard to say. Can't hear how she replies to my answer because it seems like she's suddenly having a private whisper conversation with her sketch. I understand how she can draw so well when she has the attention span of a butterfly. As it seems, she lost her interest. I go back to work on my drawing as well. Try to add texture to Rin's hair, to somehow grasp the way the golden afternoon sun lights her bright red tassel flame, and transfer it to my paper in shades of black and gray. Somehow this pen and the bottle of ink seems such lousy, inadequate tools for the task. Minutes pass, but the sketch doesn't magically look any more like Rin than it did before. Her voice wakes me up from my despair. What about now? Excuse me? The fun. You having fun? Are you having fun already? Why do you keep asking that? Because it's a club, right? Clubs are meant to be fun. You join to have fun. Are you having fun? Is it important that I'm having fun? Yes. Okay, I'm having fun. Good. I wonder if I said just a blazer or if I really meant it. I can't really decide which it was. I don't hate this though. I can honestly say that much. It's good enough for now. As the allotted time to finish the studies quickly ticks away, I desperately try to improve my awful sketch, but it doesn't seem to get any better. I want to start again from scratch, but what would be the point? There's no time for that either. Okay, Ron, that's it for today. Please turn in the drawings on my desk, and I'll see you all next Monday. It's actually not that bad. It's stylistic in its own way. Because that portrait doesn't look exactly like Rin. I guess you could say it portrays her, but that might be a bit generous. The nose and jaw look hideous, and the shading is terrible. Granted, it's my first attempt at drawing with ink, but it's still pretty bad. That's actually not that bad. It's got a very stylistic look to it, to be honest. That's not bad. Sneaks up behind me while I was lost in thought. Damn it, I was hoping I could smuggle the portrait to the teacher without you seeing it. Why? Not really happy with it. Wish I could draw better. You just need some practice. Could you take my drawing to the teacher too? Curious about how the sketch turned. Curious myself about how the sketch turned out. I peek at the picture. From the way Rin was drawing, it looked like she was really into it. Whoa! That looks awesome! You got the little thing there. Whatever they call that. They have a name for that. A hoagie? It's excellent. Somehow the seemingly arbitrary strokes come together to form an image of my face. From the shape of my chin and to the messy hair to the somewhat gloomy expression. No, I'm just gonna... Okay, let's see. She probably isn't... She's not really huge into praise. Her sketch blows my mind. Sorry. Okay. Wow, you're amazing. It's not that amazing. But thanks. Take a closer look at her work. It's glistening with slowly drying ink. It does look really good. I really like the style of it. You know, I look kind of grim here. You do look kind of grim. I mean, I agree, but it's also true otherwise too. Like this you, not the you I made. I do? I think so, at least. Her simple statement makes me suddenly feel very incredibly self-conscious. I feel like I need a mirror right now to confirm or debunk Rin. It's a nasty feeling. Maybe it's just her. I hope it's just her. That I don't look like that sketch to everyone. It's a good sketch, but somehow I get a really oppressive feeling from it. I see. Anyway, it looks really good. You really are amazing. Thanks. I'm glad I could draw you. You are an interesting person. You're an interesting person too, but that didn't help. That didn't help me much. My self-deprecation is no limits today, but Rin ignores it all. I knew that I could never compare, but to see the difference with my own eyes is quite humbling. See, I tried to make you look like you think a lot, since you did a lot of thinking. And yeah, I might have overdone the fed up with life expression, but cynics are like that, right? I want to retort something snappy, but Nubia gives me no time to think, ushering us to the door. Come on! Hurry up, you two! While we've been chatting, the rest of the club has taken their leave. Quickly pick up our drawings and take them to the teacher's desk before hurrying after Rin, who has already left the classroom. She's not in the hallway, to my surprise. I wonder where she managed to run off to in just a few seconds. We managed to talk to more. Well, not that I had much to say. Interstitial. Yeah, it's a lot of. Okay, so this one, like, already 3 times in a row. They have transitioned, or 2 times in a row, technically. They have transitioned to a new scene without the do-do-do kind of thing. Well, not that I have much to say, except maybe get back at her for calling me a cynic. Surprisingly late. I already got used to school ending at the same time every day, so I can feel the extra hours in my head and my gut. My crawling stomach reminds me that I'm absolutely ravenous. I was so hungry that I dared to try anything the character staff has deemed edible. Even when I see today's delicacy, fried mystery lumps, my steely resolve doesn't fade. I stuffed the dinner down without tasting it at all, which is probably for the best. I don't have much homework to do, but what little I have won't get done by itself, so I stroll towards the dormitories. Praying for the post-homework lull, I knock on Kenji's door. He responds from the side, although I can't make out what he said. I tried the door, but it's locked. Several seconds, the lock click open and he opens the door. Hi. Hey, can I borrow a book? The library is already closed after I got away from my club meeting. He's squinting even more than usual, and his eyebrows are twitching nervously. Club? That's dangerous, man. Indoctrination, groupthink, brainwashing, you name it. High school clubs now sow the seeds of conspiracy. Do you know how many secret societies have grown from high school clubs? Watch your back and don't get too deep in. You might not come back. Okay, Kenji. So how about that book? Sure, but return them, and don't spoil any of my books. No drinks, no food stains, no bodily fluids, capiche? Sure. Thanks. Instead of letting me in, he treats the door closing again. After these things, he returns with a stack of 3 thick books and hands them over to me. Opening topmost one, a familiar emblem stamped on the copyright page greets me. Your books? These are from the school library. They are now mine. You stole these? What are you talking about, man? I've been liberating these from the oppressive feminist movement that controls the library. Please say oppressive feminist movement doesn't mean that poor librarian girl, Yuko. She didn't even press a wet towel. She can't even press a wet towel. Kenji shifts away, mumbling something I can't make out, and closes the door behind him. Before going to my room, I enter the bathroom, wash my hands, my eyes catch my reflection from the mirror above the sink. Try to look for the grimness on me, but it's just the usual me inside the mirror that stares back. Or maybe that's what you expect to look like. I tend to tell myself this is what I've always looked like, but I realize I don't remember what I looked like half a year ago. Well, fucking shit, man! Do.
I wake up all sweaty, as if I had run a half marathon in my sleep. I don't recall sleeping badly. It sends a little pang of worry through me. I wouldn't want to have my heart acting up without being able to notice it. Still, apart from this odd exhaustion right after waking up, I'm feeling just fine. My mouth is like sandpaper and I have nothing to drink, so I have to go all the way to the bathroom to take my meds. On impulse, I decide to take a shower while I'm at it. While I'm in the shower, I make up my mind that this counts as morning exercise. Self-study. If I can properly compensate with a nice half-hour walk after school. Obviously, I wouldn't want to risk possible complications by going running now. Besides, Emmy will never know, and I think she's given up on me in any case. Walking could be nice, anyway, just to get to know the area. There's a big forest in the hills behind the school, or I could go down to the convenience store. While still dabbing the moisture off my skin, I set out to find my uniform. Quickly button up my shirt and pull on my pants before going outside. What that yellow? What that yellow? Normally during this time of the year, I'd be eagerly waiting summer vacation. Having only been at school for a little over a week, I don't really have that kind of feeling. I'm still serving the school life and considering the sharp and awkward turn my life has taken. I haven't had the time to become preoccupied with getting free of it. Besides, once vacation's hit, it would be a nice surprise for me if I'm not expecting it. Especially with the end of term exams looming ahead. At least I don't have any catching up to do with my studies. My diligence has finally paid off. I find myself past the boys gathered in the doorway and flop into my seat. From my eye, I can see Shizune and Misha pause their unavoidably animated conversation and turn almost simultaneously in my direction. They clearly want something from me. I can tell from the way Shizune smiles. It's too obnoxiously bright to be sincere and too calculated to be spontaneous. Good morning. Your greeting is made of 100% cheer and bursting energy. Morning. I failed to put either of those into my response. Morning. You don't look very energetic. No wonder, I don't feel very energetic either. I think I didn't sleep well, but I'm not sure. Oh god! She slaps me in the back and grins. Cheer up a bit, it's a great day! I catch Shizune's eyes. She has a strange, focused expression on her face, but she furrows her brows a little at direct eye contact and looks away. For a moment, I think that Shizune caught a glimpse of my worries somehow, and is pondering how to respond. But then she quickly straightens her glasses, and with them, her expression. Hey, we were wondering if you're still interested in that student council position, because we were going to make an offer that you can't decline. Wait, what? I wasn't really interested in the first place. You're putting words in my mouth. Not as such, but wouldn't it be nice to hang out with us every day while also being useful to your school? Well, to tell you the truth, I kind of joined the club, so it'd actually be sort of hard for me to join the council too. If I want to, which I don't, as I said. Is that so? Which club is it, Hichan? The art club. Shizune's eyes glint in sinister ways as she scowls at me. With the way she looks, I'll be expecting the art club to lose its funding for lunch break, or the art teacher to mysteriously disappear from the face of the earth. Before she manages to comment, the teacher finally enters the classroom, getting Shizune and Misha off my back and sending everyone rummaging in their bags for books and pens. I did join the art club, but the first meeting didn't really boost my confidence. I'm not really sure what I'm doing it for. I wish I could draw like Rin. That's what practice does! But I don't know what I would do if I could. To what end would I use such a skill? I don't really know. Ignoring the teacher's sleep-inducing voice, I open my textbook to an entry page and press the needle-sharp graphite tip of the pencil onto it. What to draw? Can't really think of anything good to draw. As I hesitate and raise my hand, a meek black mark left on the previously blank paper seems aggravating. I can't even seem to get the starting line, let alone get started. It's almost a physical feeling of being held back. Annoyingly, it reminds me of my failed attempt at jogging with Emmy. I look out the window in desperation. Right then, a small bird takes flight from one of the cherry trees that grows everywhere on the school grounds. I can't really see it clearly, and it's not like I could tell one tiny bird from another, but I pick it as my subject anyway. My dog is licking and biting at his foot. How's it taste, Brady? Good. Conjuring up the image of a bird in my mind's eye, I turn my gaze back to the notebook and deliberately draw a thick line across the paper to get started. It seems to be mocking me, as I can't follow up right away. Still, it's a start. Getting started is good. Huh. I slowly sketch the picture of the notebook page, the image in my brain becoming clearer as the drawing takes shape. It's really nothing, just that nameless nothing bird. Bird on paper, but that's not important. My hesitation fades into the background along with the teacher's voice as I continue my chuckle. The feathers form some pattern in my mind, but on paper it's a mess of too many rough lines despite my best efforts. Those are actually not that bad. Maybe I just like there's certain kinds of styles, even if they don't look good. I realize I don't really know what a bird's wing should look like, even if I try to think about it. I even put the pencil down and closed my eyes for a moment, trying to trace the shape of a wing in my mind. Being this serious about it all of a sudden makes me a little frustrated. Art class in middle school was the easy class, in between exhausting subjects like math or Japanese. But there's this other side to art, the one that you see when you just don't just fool around. It's almost like a completely different thing. Hichan? Look, I see two girls staring back at me. Rishin have carried their chairs to my desk and are now standing by my sides, looking at my drawing. How long have you two been there? I think you need more practice. She draws a few sharp signs in the air between herself and Misha. Shi-chan agrees. Rin said the exact same thing yesterday, but why does it sound less condescending? You shouldn't judge before I'm finished. Besides, you don't know. It's bad luck. Besides, don't you know it's bad luck to see an unfinished piece of work? Misha cracks an exuberant laughter. What? Don't be silly. There's no way that could be true. Whatever. Shina's eyebrows furrow dangerously, and the movements of her hands become abrupt, like the slashing of a knife. You should learn to take constructive criticism better. I would if you'd actually offer some. I know I'm getting too defensive and that she's taking advantage of it, but I can't help it. He's not wrong. They did just say like he needs more practice, and that's all they said. Like what's wrong with it? What are you two doing here anyway? Misha wags her finger admonishingly at my nose. Tis, Shisha, were you not listening to the teacher at all? We have a group assignment now. Unoptically, and let them take the lead. So, what do you think of the lesson for today? Not much or anything. I didn't listen to a word of it. Misha slaps her forehead and shakes her head theatrically. What are we doing with you, Hichan? What are we going to do with you, Hichan? Luckily, Shizune and Misha together are more effective than 3 or 4 normal people, so I can mostly slack on the assignment. I try my best to offer at least some assistance, but I end up being mostly useless. Teacher keeps us in class 5 minutes past the lunch bells, but eventually lets us off the hook. I kicks all my books into my bag while Shizune and Misha carry the chairs back to their own seats. The failure of a bird drawing ends up crumpled and stuffed in my pocket as I hurry outside. She's gonna find it and she's gonna like it. You're like, this is good. This is good shit. This is the good stuff. Good stuff. It's not even that bad of a drawing. I guess I compare other people's arts to mine too much. After that morning class and throughout the week, I keep bumping into Rin. Hello. It's somewhat natural, as our classrooms are adjacent, but rather than just crossing paths in the hallway like people regularly do, we seem to pause at the sight of each other. We invariably end up talking a little bit, or just silently hanging out together. I'm getting used to being quiet in Rin's company, as it doesn't feel as awkward anymore. I am, by nature, somewhat introverted like her, so we fit together well. I think it's actually an anomaly for someone in this school to be so quiet. Most people here seem to love socializing. It's something that I've noticed already, even though I haven't been here very long. People here talk a lot, and they talk all the time. It's a rare case when I see someone sitting alone, just spacing out or whatever. Obviously, there are people like that here too. That Hanako girl and myself, just to name 2 from my own class, but overall, they are a minority. At any rate, I couldn't exactly call what Rin and I do socializing either, but it's something at least. These occurrences themselves don't bother me, but the fact that they happen at all does. I'd hesitate to say that we are drawn together by something, but we certainly act as if we were. However, the sense of budding friendship is completely wrecked every time Rin opens her mouth. Can I listen to your heartbeat? I do it in her voice. Can I listen to your heartbeat? Hold on. This is called His House Smile. She says this, or something else about as outrageous as, and I have to fend off whatever nonsense her mind has cooked up during the preceding class of a subject that she's not interested in. It seems Rin has taken a shine to my heart condition as some kind of an extension of her interest in the odd disabilities that people out here have, and the consequences of said afflictions. As I stand in front of her for a second too long, looking as sexy as I am, she concludes that it is necessary to further clarify her request. I know I can, but I mean, will you let me? Why? Do I need a reason? I'm usually pretty bad with reasons. Not per se, but if you want to do it, you probably do have a reason. That's kind of clever. You're smarter than you look. Also, I'd rather you not. I think these things should be private. Private. I get it. I can tell you something though, if it amuses you, and I'm sure it will. My heartbeat does sound very weird because of the, you know, condition. And I hear it all the time. So you're paranoid. It's not a question, it's a statement. No, I'm not paranoid. The doctor said that abnormal tension to heartbeat is a common symptom of my condition. So for you, it's normal to be paranoid. It's not a question either. One could also say that me being like this is, in the first place, isn't normal either. But what the heck? Paranoia fits me fine. I don't think it's something that can actually fit anyone or anywhere. You know, I had an orange today for breakfast. How was it? I'm vaguely proud of myself. Managed to keep up with Rin's sudden change of topic. Excellent. I don't remember when I last ate an orange because it's annoying to peel one. Aw, I like her smile. She's even blushing a bit. It's on the list of things I want to learn properly. How come you ate one then? Emily has some, so you should peel one for me. Good for you. Rin just gestures her back and yawns, and says nothing further. Sorry. She doesn't make a glance in the corner of her eye while she watches people pass by. But I couldn't say why. I realized though, that was a rhyme. That was like a complete 3 rhyme right there. I realized this is the first time I've talked naturally about my condition with anyone, and in a way. A group of boys walk past us to Rin's classroom, but she doesn't pay them any mind. They pay none to her either. My mind was off, spurred by the silence. Maybe I should have let her listen to my heart. It's not like it matters. Nothing really matters that much at the end of the day. I start feeling depressed for no reason. Again. It's like a tidal wave out of nowhere, rolling over my consciousness, submerging me underwater. I feel a sigh coming out of my mouth, and I turn away from Rin, pretending to read a post on the wall. It's an advertisement for a school festival, promoting an event almost a week past. The difference between me and Rin is that I'll be more likely than not dead before turning 30, while she can't eat oranges without help. You know, they did tell you that people have been able to live until they're like 50, right? I can't say which one of us is worse off. I try to grasp the passing of time, but it seems hard. I'm used to the rhythm of the hospital, where trivialities such as the day of the week or time of day didn't really matter. Everything was the same, no matter what. Rediscovering the significance of time is an oddly disorienting experience, and I find myself enjoying the fact that I can categorize events in this fashion. The relevancy of a ticking clock is surprisingly delightful, and I decided to start wearing an analog wristwatch, something I didn't used to do before. Ugh. Excuse me. When I finally asked Rin on Thursday about something that's been bothering me for the entire week, it's already lunchtime. The time is somewhere between 11:06 and 11:07, as my watch doesn't have a hand to show seconds. It's the old-fashioned kind of, with a black leather strap and titanium casing. Doesn't look flashy, but a wristwatch doesn't need to. Hey, remember that sketch you made of me? How you said I look grim and gloomy or something? I'd like to know what you meant by that. She gives me a weird look and tilts her head a few degrees to the lip, but doesn't say anything for a while. Well, you see, we've known each other for 2 weeks, and I haven't seen you smile even once. Her striking observation gives me pause. Have I stopped smiling? I have to take what she says as truth. She has no reason to lie. Thinking about the way she puts it annoys me. I frown at Rin, then try to correct my expression to look less depressed. I haven't been in the cheeriest of moods during the past few months or so. This is true. Does it show that much that someone like Rin... Oh, God. After so little contact with me? Should I try to smile more at Rin? Maybe she could appreciate it, having such a neutral face herself most of the time. Almost all the time. Have I really stopped smiling? I see. Should I smile more? I don't mind another way. Be as you are. You can't help being as how anyway. But it bothers you. I just noticed it, that's all. Ace gets along how it jumps to a sharp stop when she reaches us and lightly pats her on the shoulder. Ready for lunch? Depends on what lunch is today. Remember that stew from March? Never again, that. Let's go anyway, I'm starving. There at the part, Emmy turns from her friend to me, seemingly as an afterthought, and smiles charmingly. By the way, Sal. Her tone is way too sweet and soft to be sincere. I can sense the trap about to be sprung upon me by this miniature health devil.
I know she's about to say even more she continues because I've been trying to avoid her all week. I still haven't seen you at the track this entire week. Maybe I've been there and you haven't. It's impossible. I'm there all the time. But you sleep and go to class. I do this at the same time as you. As you do. Yeah, I know. I just haven't been able to pick myself up. Don't rat me out to the nurse, okay? Running just isn't my thing, and I haven't come up with a good alternative. Why don't you come to the track meet this weekend? Maybe you'll get inspired. Track meet? Yeah, people from a few other schools come here for some friendly track and field action. It's on Sunday afternoon. I can't think of any reason not to go. Sure, I'll come and cheer for you. I guess you'll be running? Of course! You get to see me beat them all. But bye now. If I don't get something to eat, I'll die. I'll die! See you later. Bye, Rin. I'll promise to smile next time. Look after her, but afterwards I feel embarrassed about it, and I wonder why I said anything at all. That night, when I'm deadly certain that Kenji won't be barging in the bathroom, I look in the mirror and smile at my reflection. Is that even that's not even a smile. The me in the mirror smiling at me in the bathroom looks awfully fake. I think I'll end it here. We've been streaming for probably like 2 hours. Yeah, actually exactly 2 hours. It's just about to turn to 2 hours and 1 minute. Okay. Alright, things you like. That's what it's called. We're gonna create that here. Okay. Yeah, so far I like her route. It's very interesting and unique. We're gonna go ahead and look at her animation one last time. The daffodil. Oh, it's her portrait looking back at her. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. Cute Goyle. Hey, Annie, you kind of missed. You're missing. I'm about to stop. But you can watch the VOD, I guess. Yeah, so it's an interesting route. Very philosophical in some areas and just more comedic in others. Definitely has a more comedic tone than any of the other ones. That's a problem. It's no problem really. But yeah, I'll be streaming more tomorrow. I'll probably try and stream more of this because I do want to get this finished as soon as possible so I can move on to the next one. But yeah, it's an interesting route. Interested to see where it goes from here. You can see that's her little rip of paper for Act 2. Anyway, so see you guys tomorrow. Amy, I might just see you later tonight if we're gonna be doing VR chat. And see you guys later. Bye.